Hi guys, this tutorial is going to teach you how to make the dimension stitch. Hi guys, I did this pattern in 3 different colors, and this stitch is very thick. So it's a yarn eater. If you're going to use it as a blanket, it would be a yarn eater blanket. But with this stitch, you can make a scarf or a very thick winter blanket for a baby or something like that. Making a huge afghan out of this kind of stitch would be beautiful, obviously, but it would take a lot of yarn. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for a blanket like for sitting on the couch and you'll be using just this blanket, I would say go for it if you don't have a couch blanket yet. And as I said, I used 3 different colors for this pattern here. You can use more if you want. I pulled up the yarn, as you can see here. I didn't cut it. I would just pull it up every time I came back to that row again. And I just used wash weight yarn, 4 ply for the US, 10 ply for Australia, and a 5mm hook. So the multiples of this stitch is 2 + 1. So basically what you want to do is just chain until you get the size that you want, and just make sure that it's an odd number. So just make sure it's not an even number. You end on an odd number of chains and then begin, and it should work out for you. And I wanted to show you really quick. This is the hat that I made using this stitch, and this is the same stitch but done in the round, which looks very different than when you do this stitch back and forth. And I use the exact same colors. So you can see how this one, it kind of goes down from one row to the next, but you can still kind of see the white like here in between the color of the one before it. This one completely has a different look. It just turns into like one big row of like front post double crochets, and the way that it patterns itself out diagonally, I think it just came out beautifully. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this next, so look forward to next week, because this is going to be the tutorial. In case you're wondering how I came up with the name the dimension stitch, which is kind of a strange name for a crochet stitch, it's because when I was looking at all the different colors and how it mixes and everything, it just has so much going on, a lot of dimension to it. And also when you do it in the round, it looks so different. So I just thought, you know, this stitch has so much dimension, and I was struggling with the name, and that just kept coming to mind. So I thought I'll just call it the dimension stitch. And I decided to use these 3 colors just to give you an idea of what a baby blanket may look like. So I'm going to start with the darker color first. It seems to be a really nice base color. And then I usually like to work my way up to the next darkest color and then the lightest color. But you can color it however you like. Okay, I went ahead and did a chain of 21. That's my multiples of 2 + 1. And then, I want to get a little closer here. You want to double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, 3, and in this 3rd chain, put 1 double crochet. Then you want to chain 1. You want to skip a stitch, and then in the next stitch you want to put a double crochet. And then you'll repeat this for the rest of the row. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and double crochet into the next. So continue to do that. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next, and you should be ending your row on a double crochet. Okay, this is what the end of my row 1 looks like. Now you want to go and grab your next color, and I'm going to add my color on by just folding it. I feel I'm way too close. By folding my little bit of my tail to make a loop on the end of it, and then I'm going to pull that through my loop, and then pull a slip knot and loop down. Okay, for row 1, you're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn here. Now you want to single crochet in the 1st stitch on top of your double crochet, and then we're going to be working down into the skipped stitches. So remember when we did double crochet, skip one stitch, double crochet, now we're going to be working in that skip stitch, and we're going to be putting a double crochet into it. And then on your double crochets this row, you're going to put a single crochet in those. So you're going to go in one row down, put a double crochet in the skip stitch, one row down, and then you're going to work a single crochet on the top of your double crochet. And you're going to continue this all the way down your row. Just a double crochet and single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, working in that one row down. To the end of your row, you want to single crochet in the double crochet, and you're going to be ignoring the chain 2 on that side, or the chain on that side. Now you want to switch colors. You'll be switching colors every row, and you're also going to be playing God, musical chairs, that's what I'm trying to think of, with your yarn the whole time, unfortunately, but it's better than cutting your yarn every row. So I'm going to attach my new color, same way as before. So for row 3, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Okay, then we're going to be single crocheting in the first stitch. Now we're going to also single crochet onto the top of our next double crochet, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet 2 rows down. So on this very first row, this blue row, let me just make sure I'm close enough. So this is the double crochet we did last round, that we did in between the skip stitch on the first, and then you have your double crochet here. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to go and grab up that post, and we're going to work our front post double crochet, which is just after you grab the post, do a double crochet onto that post below, and then the next stitch, make sure that you have that skip stitch afterwards. Don't work in the very next stitch, because this one here will count as the next stitch. Go into the stitch that is above the double crochet right here, and that's where you put your single crochet. And then now you're going to be working your next front post double crochet onto the post 2 rows down again. And then again, you're going to move over 1 stitch and do your single crochet. So you're going to be doing front post double crochet, single crochet, front post double crochet, and single crochet. So just continue to do that all the way down your row, front post double crochet in the double crochet 2 rows down, and then single crocheting in your double crochet. Okay, and at the end of your row, just like you began it, you want to have 2 single crochets. So you'll work your last two stitches should be single crochet. And that's the end of row 2. So for row 3, we're going to go ahead and grab our original color, which was the blue here. And I didn't cut my yarn, so here it is. And I'm just going to grab it and pull it through my loop. And you want to tug on it, make sure that it's not being pulled like, it's not being pulled down like this, because you'll create a loop there. You want it to be tight up against the project, and then you want to pull your other color tight. It's a lot easier to fiddle with your yarn if you have all 3 of your skeins together on a table or on the bed in front of you, where you can just grab them and just keep shifting them around. So it's a lot easier. Okay, so you want to single crochet in the very first stitch of the row. I feel like I got a lot going on here on my camera here. Let's get it simpler. Okay, now you want to front post double crochet 2 rows down. So this is your row you're on. You want to count 1, 2. So you'll be on this this front post double crochet. And I don't go up here on the stitch part of it, actually come down to where it's actually touching or down below. There's like two sections is the best way I can explain it on a front post double crochet. You have like the pull down part, and then you have like the upper stitch part, where I'm going down to the pulled part and I'm picking those up. Then I'm going to yarn over. Actually, you're doing a double crochet, so you need to yarn over to begin with. Then I'm going to pull this through that front post, and then I'll do my double crochet like that. And then again, next stitch you'll be putting a single crochet. Then again, you'll repeat that for the row, coming down 2 rows down, working a front post double crochet, and then next stitch working a single crochet. Then again, 2 rows down. This is what you'll be doing a lot through this project. So continue this all the way down the row, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I just did my last front post double crochet, and now I'm going to do a single crochet in my very last stitch. Then now you want to switch your color again to your pink. So grab it up, feed it through your loop, make sure it's not being pulled down, and then grab your original color here and tighten it up. Then you'll chain 1 and turn. Then I'm going to switch these out so that I'm now working with my pink. Sorry if I hit the speaker. So with your pink for row 4, again, I feel like I got a lot going on here. I got a lot of threads, and you will too. A lot of yarn. Okay, very first stitch, put a single crochet. And your very next stitch, put a single crochet. And you may notice here that it's kind of blank along the sides. Probably easier to show you on this one. So this one's like perfect on the end here. It only has 1 row on the end and 1 row on the end here. On the opposite side, we do those 2 stitches. So you'll have 2 rows on this side, 2 rows on this one. The reason why there's 2 rows here, because the natural flow of this stitch would mean that you would need to do a double crochet here on the very end, which makes this side very messy. So I decided not to do that. So if there's ever a front or a back side to it, I guess that would be it. So now we did our single crochets in our first 2 stitches, and now we're going to be again working 2 rows down. So we have our pink row, our blue row, and then now our yellow row. So we're going to work on our yellow row now, and we're going to also be double crocheting onto that bottom post, or the post of the bottom of the front post double crochet. And then the very next stitch, do a single crochet. And then again, work on the post. Now this one is different, a little bit different on this side. There is no real separation, as much of a separation. You still have a separation, but it's so much easier to see the post of the stitch and to grab it on this side. So continue your front post double crochets, 2 rows down, and your single crochet in the next stitch, and I'll see you when you get to the end of the row. And again, every row that you begin that has 2 single crochets, you'll be ending the same way. So you'll be putting a single crochet in the last 2 stitches of this row 2. So for row 5, we're going to switch to the next color. We did blue previously, now we've done pink, so our next color is yellow. And it's already on this side waiting for us. Now I'm going to do a shifting of my yarn here. Okay, I'm taking my pink color, grabbing up my yellow, feeding it through my loop, making sure it's not being tugged at. Then you'll chain 1 and turn. Now for row 5, you're going to single crochet in the first stitch. And then you're going to front post double crochet onto your 2 rows down onto this blue color, which was my original color, so whatever color you used for row 1. Then the next stitch will be single crochet, and then again be working on that front post double crochet, and you're going to be doing the same thing for this row as well. I just did my last front post double crochet on this row, and then you're going to single crochet in the very last stitch, and that is the end of row 5. So for row 6, which is the very last, before you start repeating what we just did all over again, I'm going to be changing back into our blue, our original color. And again, best to do a little switching around of your yarn so that you don't get too messed up. Playing musical skeins. Okay, and now I got it mixed up. Okay, so for the very last row, gonna chain 1 and turn. In the very first and second stitch, because you can easily tell there's these 2 stitches, you're going to be putting 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you'll yarn over and go 1 row down, and then again single crochet, then front post double crochet 2 rows down. See how simple this is? It really comes out beautiful, but it truly is very simple. And when you get to the end of the row, it's again how you started at the very beginning, 2 single crochets, so you'll be ending with 2 single crochets on this side. And that's what it looks like at the end of row 6. Wouldn't that just make an adorable, thick, textured baby blanket? So warm, so beautiful, the way the colors would mix together. So that is it. That is how you do the dimension stitch. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to like and share this video. And if you're a first-time watcher or you haven't gotten a chance to subscribe yet, please don't forget to hit that like button. As always, thanks for watching.